So, thank you again for having me on the platform. My question is regarding our, the Indian national policy. So let's start with Hollywood first. Sorry, Bollywood first. We're seeing a huge industry, which is Bollywood, paralyzed totally, thanks to their bad decisions. So at this point in time, everything is just at a standstill,
Right.
partially because of COVID and partially because of bad decision making.
Yeah.
However, the fact that it employs so many people, it brings in so much revenue, it is a moneymaker for the economy, cannot be denied. It's undeniable. So, from a national policy perspective, don't you think that the government should intervene at this point in time and do something to jumpstart at least a dialogue or some policies or something where this big machinery or this big industry can start at least moving in a positive direction?
Okay. Let me answer this question first, and then we shall go ahead if you have something more in mind. You're talking about Bollywood and the way film industry is shut now, and the cinema halls are also shut. So I had thought of doing a proper show on this, but now that you have raised the question, I will certainly answer that. One second. Give me a second. Yes. Namrata, the answer to your question is very simple and straight. Now, the problem that Bollywood finds itself in today, I will also answer that in Hindi. So ज़्यादा फिक्र मत कीजिए. बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं कि आप हिंदी में क्यों नहीं बोलते सर. मैं हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में बोलता हूं. तो अगर आप वीडियो देखेंगे तो आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. तो आप परेशान मत होया कीजिए. जो चीजें मैं इंग्लिश में बोलता हूं उसको बाद में मैं हिंदी में भी कोई ना कोई तरीका से कहीं ना कहीं मैं बता ही देता हूं. तो अगर आप वीडियो देखेंगे तो आपको सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर मिल जाएंगे. तो जो लोग हिंदी में सुनना चाहते हैं वो परेशान ना हो. मैं रिपीट करूंगा. और जो लोग इंग्लिश में सुन रहे हैं वो भी सुन सकते हैं. So the question that you have asked basically is, what is the impact on the industry, which is the film industry, and how much? Just give me a second. How much should the government do, and what should the government do to keep it rolling? Now the point is very simple. I think there are two perspectives. One perspective is about film industry and the cinema halls and how much loss or profit they are making. The second perspective is the public opinion. Now, right now, the public opinion is not in their favor. That's very clear. That people are not sympathetic to Bollywood. लोगों को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि बॉलीवुड बंद हो रहा है या चल रहा है. एक्टर्स को फिल्में मिल रही हैं, नहीं मिल रही हैं, उनकी फिल्में फ्लॉप हो रही हैं या हिट हो रही हैं, लोगों को कोई लेना देना नहीं है. People are actually not in a mood to listen to anything that they're saying. I think the bigger damage that has happened to Bollywood is not because of COVID. It has happened because of public perception. Public perception has gone against them. Whereas South India industry, the same film industry in South India is making money during the last 1 year. But Bollywood, that is Hindi cinema industry, is not making money because of the impact that Sushant Singh Rajput has caused and the anger that the people have because of their behavior. The least that the industry should have done is to come and speak about Sushant Singh Rajput topic. They did not. COVID was there for all the industries.
India, it's their bad decision making,
yes,
right? How they didn't rise to the challenge,
correct.
Or how they didn't, empathize with what was going on.
COVID was not there just for the industry. COVID was there for all the other industry, and in this country, all other industry are functioning fine. The business is going all right. Indian stock market is touching the highest ever level, which is the record level. So that means fundamentally, the economy seems to be doing all right. Then why is the Hindi film industry not working? It's not about COVID. It's about the people anger, and that is something that the industry has refused to acknowledge. So whether whatever term you want to use, the fact is that the anger that people have post Sushant Singh Rajput's death, that has not been addressed by Bollywood. That's the basic reason why people have got so angry. Now coming to the government wala part. Why the government is not intervening? Government is also conscious of the fact that what is the general mood or what is the popular mood. Government functions on popular perception. the perception right now is not in favor of Bollywood, the film industry. Otherwise, when you have somebody like Jaya Bachchan raising the topic in parliament, why would the government not respond? Why would the government not take steps at that time? Because government thinks that taking a stand in favor of the industry, film industry, Hindi film industry, I mean, not the film industry, Hindi film industry, directly or indirectly will bring bad name to this government, that is BJP government. People perception about BJP will further change and it will damage them, and that's why they want to be quiet rather than being proactive. Cinema halls were opened in September. All the big cinema chains, they decided to open in September after government decided that it's time to allow cinema halls to open and industry to breathe because they are bleeding. Believe me that whether it is PVR, whether it is Inox, whether it is any big chain, their cinema halls were all going empty. And in 1 month, within 1 month, they concluded we cannot do business like this. They shut it because the operational cost was much higher than the loss they could have incurred. So that operational cost still is overpowering the loss that they're incurring because of the shutdown. So they do not have the guts to open it because every single movie release is being disliked in a big way. So why is the South India film industry running? Same people are watching South Indian films, but they're not willing to watch Hindi films because the anger of Sushant Singh Rajput has still not subsided. So you need to address the anger, and that government cannot address. It's the industry which has to address. One after another, there are deaths happening, and this industry is quiet. Since July, people were screaming that please come forward and speak. Please come forward and speak. Please take care of the people who are there in the industry. Don't let so many people die. But not one word has been spoken about the fact that what system they want to create. Forget about the government. Government comes next. What are you guys insiders doing? The big producers, the big production houses, the big directors, the big actors, what effort have they made? Zilch, zero. So they are not bothered about the public opinion. They think public have gone mad. They are biased. They are irrational, and they are going after us just like that. It is not like that. There is a guy.
But where do you see this going, and where do you see this?
Till the time, Namrata, the industry realizes its mistake and is willing to publicly come and show that yes, we realize our mistake. We are ready to do the correction, and here are the steps that we are taking. Maybe that will not be that easy for the industry because accepting mistakes is not in their blood, but they will have to do it. Otherwise, the industry is on its knees. It has been brought to its knees, or if they do not accept what the situation is, then they are heading for a huge trouble because it's 1 year and there are big budget films. They have all gone big flops. So they do not have the guts to open or release the film in the big theaters because अगर big theater में film release किया और वो खाली चली गई तो जो बची कुची कसर है वो भी पूरी हो जाएगी. तो अभी वो उसी OTT प्लेटफॉर्म पे रिलीज कर रहे हैं जिस OTT प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए मिस्टर करण जौहर ने सुशांत सिंह राजपूत को रुला दिया था. आज वहीं सब लोग रिलीज कर रहे हो, वहां भी फिल्में नहीं चल रही हैं. तो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को अगर चीजों को सुधारना है तो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को पहले अपना रवैया बदलना पड़ेगा. पहले अपना ईगो छोड़िए. स्टॉप थिंकिंग यू आर बिग पीपल. Think you are ordinary, you are just an actor, you are just a producer, you are just a director, and then talk. Don't talk like we are messiah of somebody. हम decide करेंगे, we are gods. जब तक ये gods वाला element नहीं जाएगा, ये industry का कुछ नहीं हो सकता. नम्रता, government will not interfere or intervene till the time public perception is in favor of Bollywood. That's the way political system works, and that's the way I understand as a journalist. Government will jump only if the public perception is either positive or neutral. Right now, the public perception is negative. Government will not invite unnecessary trouble for itself when it is already facing a COVID problem and perception issues, and there are CA issues, and there are so many issues. Why will they invite the wrath of so many SSRians or so many fans of Sushant Singh Rajput who are actually have a problem with this government also because they think this government is not proactive? So, while on the one hand, they are trying to correct their image, why will they invite this trouble? So till the time industry stands up and says that, yes, we are doing this, and people's perception from negative goes to neutral, I don't think government will intervene. That's what I think.